Hello, people. Hello, residents. How are you? We're back again. Thank you guys for joining us. For those that don't know, I'm Sade.
And I'm Nana.
And we are one half of Your Aunties Could Never. And this is the Shade Borough's official Love Island Season 10 review show. Really got to say that. And in this show, what we do is we recap each episode, we tell you what we think, and we get to know what you think also in the comments. And don't we have a lot to talk about today? Oh my God.
Boy.
But before we get into it, guys, if you're not already subscribed, then please, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe to the Shade Bar and also Your Aunties Could Never. Also, as well, like this video. We need to beat the algorithm. And, you know, as always, get involved in the comments. It's always popping off. And Nana, what else do they need to do?
Y'all need to share. Please share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share this video all the way around so that we can grow our family.
Yes. And remember, guys, we are not psychoanalysts. We're not therapists. We are just two, very opinionated ladies who love Love Island. And, so take what we say with a pinch of seasoning. And if you are really distressed or really offended, maybe take it up with ITV2. They are the producers of the show at the moment. So this episode, oh my God, so much happened. So one second, what did we have going on? We had Whitney standing up against Mehdi. Yeah. Finally. We had Ty and Ella go on a date, and Ty finally saying that he was closed off for her. Then we had Catherine and Scott getting closer as well. That was a little moment. And we had Kady pieing Zachalair, man. Pieing him off so swiftly, so effortlessly on the terrace. So there was a lot going on. So Nana and residents, what is your one word to sum up the episode?
The word I want to say is partially a swear word, so I will leave that to one side because again it's fairly in the chat. I'm going to go with misogynoir.
Ooh.
That's my word.
I like that. That's yes. Yes, absolutely. I can't really top that. That's really, really good. I like that. No, not really. I think I was just like chaos, to be honest, because there was just so much happening. But then, okay, you know what it is? It's kind of given fake. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like what's happening with Tyrique and Ella, fake. I think, what do you call it? Kady, unfortunately, I think it's fake. I think Medhi is fake as well. So yeah, I was getting that kind of vibe.
King Cash says gamers.
Yeah.
Your game being played, actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we start the episode with Mehdi, where Zach, Catherine, and Scott all sitting down having a conversation, which you would have thought was just generally just, them catching up. Oh no. Whitney took this opportunity to basically ask, Mehdi, why did you kiss everyone in the challenge? And Mehdi's response, he's always quick with it. He was just like, it was a challenge. And then she turns to Zach, who she was sitting next to, and she's just like, oh, so why did you kiss me? And Zach was just like, it felt right in the moment. It was a teasing kiss and everything like that. And her response was just like, I love a man that's not for everyone. I was just like, oh my God.
Best.
It really was. And then Catherine burst out laughing. But when someone does a hard laugh, a kind of, that laugh to me was just like, I'm covering up what is really going on here laugh. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that she actually had a bit of guilt. Because she actually left. She left that situation. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, because you were lip-syncing off Mehdi. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't like you didn't have to do that. Like, I'm sorry, I still stand by this. She didn't have to do that.
No, so she didn't.
Yeah, she exited it.
I think, okay, going over the scene. One, Whitney was being absolutely shady to Mehdi.
Yeah.
And Catherine, because of her laughing, alluded to that, which is going to be embarrassing. So I absolutely got his response, like not, being on the defense, because basically, they're laughing at you and you're having to catch why they're laughing. And so you're not quite getting it. Like, he looked confused at first. Okay, there's obvious tension. Catherine's bending up in that kind of, I'm also a part of this defensive way as well, and making it worse on him to protect herself because she is also complicit in it all. But nobody was talking straight. So I do, on one hand, think what was going on to Mehdi was shady and horrible. Like, that is not a nice situation to be in. But he was also in the wrong.
I think it's absolutely justified because of the actions. They wouldn't be that situation had he not kissed everybody in the friggin' challenge. Do you know what I mean? And attempted to kiss more. So he created that situation himself. And previously, he has been very, what do you call it? He has these little micro-aggressive like outbursts with Whitney as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, yes, Whitney, say something for
so
once. You know what I mean?
It was like medicine.
I think so.
It was,
you know what I mean? And also,
it could be that.
It forces him to deal with it in a public play, like with witnesses, right? Do you know what I mean? Because when he's talking to her one-on-one, it's a different energy. It's an absolutely different energy. He's very aware of when people are around him. So no, I don't think there was much wrong with how she handled that. She could have been a hell of a lot worse, to be honest. You know what I mean? And then when she asked Zach, like, what did you think of my performance? He was like, sensational. And the thing is, sensational. He was giving Future in that moment. But the thing is, it's like she's not getting those kind of responses from Mehdi. So I think what she's trying to do is like, look, like, there's something wrong with you. It ain't me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, because everybody else can see it, but you can't.
It's on both of them, because it's like Whitney likes him to something. Whitney is showing that she likes the dude as well. Like, I just want better for her. And that whole interaction wasn't, I think she played it well with her one-liners, but there was something in Catherine where I was like, this girl, I don't know, I don't trust her. Like, there was something, the way that Catherine was laughing, like the tension I could feel. I was just like, you're literally, you know what? Catherine was being an absolute shit stirrer. And I think it needed to be addressed a bit more directly. And that's the thing. I don't like those social dynamics, especially when somebody is on the receiving end of it. I think they need to be told directly what you did. So the kind of sly commentary.
No.
I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Hold on. She asked him at the start, why did you kiss everybody? That was not sly. That was a direct.
No, I'm not talking about that. That was and his defense of it's a challenge. That's when these two needed to talk.
But that happened in front of everybody. So it wasn't sly. It wasn't, do you know what I mean?
So
he had an opportunity,
but
because of his response. Because in that moment, he could have responded anyway. He chose to say it was because it was a challenge, not hold her hand or something, or just say, you know what, I got carried away, or you know what, and I think we need to talk, or you know what, sorry, are you a bit annoyed? Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. He chose to respond there. So of course you're going to get something back. You cannot treat her like that constantly and think you're not going to get a reaction. Now, Whitney is not an outburst kind of chick. She's not. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. So that was her way of handling that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you disrespected me one too many times, so now I'm going to play. Do you know what I mean? So I think she's fair. I think it's absolutely fair.
Shantae says, Catherine couldn't read the moment. I think she assumed it was a joke because it's Whitney. I know this is what people think, but
I don't think
Catherine is not stupid.
Nah.
Catherine read the situation. She knew exactly what was going on. She was being
and that's why she left.
Yes.
That's why she left. She got up. She's just like, I'm gonna head out because they're here and this is gonna get messy. And actually, I'm part of this, so let me get the hell out of there. Whereas Scott was just sitting there lapping it up because he loves the mess.
Like this is a show. Catherine also needed to sit there and take some heat.
Yeah,
because she was party to that, and that's supposed to be your girl. And now your girl was annoyed at all of this kissing. You were doing the most with her dude.
Yeah.
Like, you need to sit there and get some guns as well.
Yeah.
Really. Catherine, to me, she's gone down a little.
It was suspect. I totally agree with you. It was absolutely suspect because the thing is, Jess and Leah, they weren't really enjoying the situation. Catherine looked like she was involved. She was a willing participant.
Candy says Catherine's laugh came across like, oh, you're breaking code and not being passive and compliant.
She knew smoke was coming. She knew. She can sense it. She can sense it. Seriously. So we see a quick snippet of Mehdi in the hut saying, he guessed that Whit was pissed. You think?
But also, I have a question though, because like yesterday at the end when I was saying about Zach and Whitney, like I feel like they could have a thing.
Yeah.
Do you think Zach could actually fancy Whitney?
Not in any serious way, no.
Just as a plaything. I was really looking at his face and I was like, actually, does this dude actually fancy her? I wasn't sure. Okay.
So this, what I was thinking, actually, tonight, when we see the vote, this is going to be an eye-opener. Do you know what I mean? Because if Zach, it depends if Whitney will hopefully survive the vote. Yeah. And I think he will if Zach is in the bottom, he's going to base his, decision based on that. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if Zach's going to survive. I really don't know. I don't know if he's got fans like that, and especially what he's done with Molly. And Molly's doing the rounds at the moment, so it's not looking good. She declared her love. Very common. So yeah, I don't know. But like basically, if he's in the bottom and Whitney isn't, like say if he's in the bottom and Lee's in the bottom or whatever, that kind of thing, he's gonna definitely go for Whitney. That will be
yes.
But
that is true. That is true. There is definitely something to that.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Ty and Ella. Ty, they had a conversation, and basically Ty was just like, I don't know what to do with my feelings. He was like, I don't know what to do with my feelings. Do you know what I mean? He needs more time to think about whether he wants to be closed off or not. Do you know what I mean? And Ella's just like, looking so sad and just like, well, what's so good about the game? Like, can't you change for me? That was the subtext of what she was saying. Like, we could have so much fun together. You could just believe in our love, like basically. And, Ty was just like, we have a good thing here. I'm just not ready yet. He's just like, almost like, I can get away with what I'm getting away with. Do you know what I mean? So why would I want to change it? And the thing is, she was just like, well, how I feel about you. And he was just like, yeah, well, okay. But, I still need time. It was so dismissive. It was so it was so harsh. Like, I swear to God, he just doesn't know how to deal with this woman in a gentle way.
Exactly. I don't know how. I don't think he knows how to be truly like affectionate outside of serving himself. So even when he's being like, no, but I like you as well. It's still all in his head. It's all on his terms. Like, I don't know how, I mean, she's in it. She has feelings for him, but it's so jarring watching her just giving him everything. Like all of her power, just literally being like, here you go. You can treat me like a doormat, basically, giving him license to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot. That was a hard scene to watch, actually, because I was like, oh, please, Ella. Like, listen to what Whitney was telling you the day before. Like, just
I can't take it seriously. Like, I just can't. I didn't find it hard to watch. I just thought, look at this girl, she's so sad. But the minute he throws her a bone, you're gonna be smiling from ear to ear.
A mere little chink of a, I'm gonna come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
He is like, okay, like it's like he doesn't have to really do much.
Nah.
At all.
Nah. They ain't breaking up. That's them. This is them. No matter what happens, they're gonna be together. And she's one of those girls. I'm gonna stick beside him.
Yeah. Why does, like, I don't get why she didn't ask more. Why do you need 2 days? Like, what's gonna take place in days? Why do you need the time? What is this?
Because she knows she's not gonna get an answer. She knows this. She's just like, how much pain can I take in one conversation?
Oh my god, the guy is relentless.
He's literally a child. It's so bad. Like, I need time. Like, get out of here, man.
But 2 days
down. Do you know what I mean?
1 or 2 days. What are you talking about? You need 1 or 2 days. What's
gonna happen? He's probably calculating if he can move to Kady in that time or something. Do you know what I mean? Ridiculous. Yeah, so Mehdi and Whit had a convo, one of first of many of them one-on-one convos, basically. And Whit was just like, started off like, oh, you have an attitude. He's like, I don't have an attitude. You're draining all my energy. And like, you did have an attitude. Do you know what I mean? You had an attitude because you didn't like the previous conversation. That basically, just say what it is. So like, Whitney's saying like, well, you've kissed all the girls, and then he just starts getting annoyed. He just starts getting annoyed. He gets up. He starts being confrontational, starts raising his voice. Do you know what I mean? And he's telling her to compose herself. Sorry. Whitney was like, I'm composed. And you know what's serious? Do you know what it made me remember? Yeah. Do you remember that Love Island scene where the guy's just like, just sit down? And she's like, I'm sat. Have you seen that one? Mm-hmm. I can't remember who the people are, but it just reminded me of that so badly because it's like she's actually composed, calm, and straight to the point, and then you're saying he's not composed. What the hell?
This is all right. So let's discuss these guys. We got a message today from Candice Osborne. I think, Candice is in the chat as well.
Yes.
So Candice sent a message. I think this is a great one. She said, a full breakdown of his repeated misogynoir is needed. Yes. More and more Fiats have clocked that he's toxic and seem to like Whitney. They just need it spelled out that this isn't simply narcissistic behavior from him. And that's the thing. I actually think, because I keep on seeing people writing that, like, he's a narcissist. Like, he's just gaslighting her. And missing the point, and this is a point of racism. Like, if she can talk calmly to him, the fact that she's a black woman, he's always like, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
How can she's sitting there in your face, direct eye contact, no hands. And I think she's very aware of that. Like, literally, I'm not even gesturing. It's all speaking calmly. And you're still like, you've got an attitude. You're draining me. You compose yourself. What?
And the thing is, the way he said compose yourself, it was even in a bit of a threatening tone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that, like it was a warning, like, what's going to happen? Like, do you know what I mean? Me, I can't lie, I'm taking that bait. Whitney did not. Do you know what I mean?
It's all of that, like, and then you also know there's cameras on you. Like the way he's playing with it, it's so insidious that there are so many people, they know how to really cut to you triggering your own kind of inner stereotypes. Like, am I being aggressive? Am I being the angry black woman at this time? Like, what is he picking up on me? And he always does it to her. He can have nice, friendly, supportive conversations with other people. Yeah. But with her, there's always like a tone policing. Yeah. Like, proper reduce it. Like, really.
She can't be herself. And it's just like, and he doesn't accept that this is herself as well. Yes. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, but I do think like this is the first time that we're seeing Whitney be Whitney fully. Yes. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like, she's not a rah-rah kind of girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I love that for her. But like, I think, what's it called? Sorry, excuse me. I think that it's working in this situation because we can see it from the outside. But this is what I'm saying about like her kind of like bringing it up in front of other people, because again, this is him doing it to her one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? So from a distance, you can see, okay, they're bickering, but people have their individual biases as well. And you know, Medhi, he loves to throw a Whitney under the bus. Do you know what I mean? He loves to always say, oh, you know, there's something wrong with her. There's things that I don't like. He repeatedly says to the boys, oh, there's behaviors that I don't like. There's things that I don't like. Do you know what I mean?
And using those terms as well. There's behaviors.
Yeah.
Like, you know, how she's loud. And you don't like her.
This is
like,
it.
Literally just leave her alone to get on with what she's doing. Like, that was really frustrating. And you can't take him serious when he stands up and starts sauntering off. It's like, dude, like, can you see yourself with your cape on? Like, it was just the ridiculousness of him. It's like, oh my God.
This is the thing. So he left her there, and then Mitch and Jess came over. I like that he came to kind of like comfort her. And Whitney, always, she doesn't miss a beat. She's just like, Mitch, don't be messy.
It was the way, like, you know, when you're like, oh, it's these guys. I think it would have been fine if it was just Jess, but at least she knows Mitch is that dude. Like, Mitch is messy.
Yeah.
And even Mitch just sitting there, just being like, no.
I'm gonna
give me the cost, but no.
I'm on my best behavior.
Right.
And I hope he like they start to get it. I feel like Jess can understand. I think she understands that, and she's seeing a pattern now as well, kind of thing that she's also personally been involved with. Do you know what I mean? But you know, and Whit was just like, you know, I get that you're French. I mean, in Medhi, like, but like, come on, like, you can't keep on going like this. You kissed how many girls? Like, it's a piss take. It's an absolute piss take. And the thing is, it's just like, if it was anybody else, they would be in their rights to get mad. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. And it's just like, she's not even doing the most. And you're
not even close. Not even close to the most, really. Like, actually, and it wasn't the kissing challenge. This is a dancing challenge. Actually, what he did is, no, it's proper. We've got time now. It proper is Effries what he did. Imposing yourself on these girls when it's just supposed to be a dancing challenge. Yeah, it's not okay. And even that was being lost on him. Like,
no. It wasn't being lost. He thinks she's stupid as well. This is the thing. He does not think that she's an intelligent person, and he just thinks, like, I can just say whatever, and you're not necessarily going to catch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's one of those people. Like, he doesn't think that she's smart at all. And he references that. Like, do you know what I mean? So
I would have loved for the other girls, especially like Jess, but I mean, we may get there where she actually does pull him up on, like, you know, you just came and kissed me with your tongue. I think he just needs to hear, like, that what you did in this challenge was not acceptable. To Whitney or not, to all of the girls, it wasn't acceptable the way you behaved. This
is it. But this is the thing. It's just like, if it is being addressed, they're not showing it fully. And also as well, it's just that respectability politics, that they don't want to be known as in ITV2 and the show. They don't want to be known as, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, perpetuating this or putting someone in a toxic environment and not doing anything about it. Do you know what I mean? I think Whitney's done everything she possibly can do to, like, be nice and kind and open to this guy, and he's just smashed it in her face every single time. And it's unnecessary.
He does need to go. He really does. He literally just needs to leave the house at this point. For both of their sakes. For his own as well.
Like, everybody. Do you know what I mean? Because it should not be tolerated. And it's not a French thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, this happens across nations with these types of people. He's one of those people, and it is misogynoir. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? So so we're gonna jump back to Whitney and Mehdi, don't worry, because they talk so many times. But Mal and Sammy. So this conversation just starts off with Mal just freaking laughing, like just laughing all the time. And they're talking about the challenge. They're talking about what happened. Sammy's like, you know, I tend to do well in these types of things. And then Mal was just like, so do I? And
I don't believe her. I don't believe her.
Like, what? Do you? Nah. No. There's no way. I do like the fact that having boundaries is good. And if you don't want to do something, don't do it. I do like that. Do you know what I mean? But like, bro, you did not do well. There's so many ways that could have went down, and that was not good. And if can't even get all on script.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, it was not good. And she was like, what you were saying yesterday about, you know, she's dreading watching that back, and she should dread it. She absolutely
should just avoid it. If I was her, I wouldn't even, like, you know, I used to do that early on with our pods. I couldn't hear my voice. I would like skip over. If I was her, I'd just avoid that. Don't see any clips. Don't watch it. Stay away.
Yeah.
It's probably worse than she thinks.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you know, Sammy was just like, he was focused on other things. He was just like, oh, did you like that kiss? Because that was their first kiss. And she was just like, yeah, and they grab faces and they kiss, kind of thing. So yeah, they seem to be moving into a kind of, you know, couple-ish direction.
I don't believe him. I don't know what it is about.
Really?
I don't know. You know what? He really does give me Casey vibes. Like, when you're in front of him, literally face to face, he is, it's all about you. But really, it's all about him. So I just don't trust him. I think another girl that is a little bit, I don't know, like less quirky, I think he's going to jump ship. Like, I don't mind Mal though. I see her getting involved with the girls. I kind of like her, but I don't know about Sammy.
I don't think Mal's doing enough for me to actually like her. Like, do you know what I mean? I just don't. Maybe she's not getting that much airtime, because her airtime seems to mainly be around Sammy. Do you know what I mean? I don't get a sense of her personality or her funness or even her chat. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, what are you really doing and saying? But yeah, I'm not really feeling her too much. She's harmless, but nah. So Kady and Zach have a quick conversation, and you know, he's kind of saying that you know, she smashed it, and yeah, you're lying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to gas her though, isn't it?
Seriously.
Lying, just straight up telling porkies, man.
Yeah, they both kind of say like, you know, you didn't get the highest heart rate for each other. Do you know what I mean? They seem both to be a bit shocked by that, and yeah, like, I think Zach was trying to imply, and again, I think he's lying. He said, you know, you're a bit younger than most of the women that I usually go for. And I was just like, this seems like a lie. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it does seem like a lie. Like, he's trying to put the moves up, like he's planting the seeds, like saying, oh, you know, don't worry about your age. I got
Yes, exactly that. Like, I've dealt with much older than you. Like, you're actually like one of the young. Was you not? How old is Molly? Ain't she like 20?
21.
You was just with Molly the other day. Like, and do you think that she doesn't know this? Like, you know, she came into the house watching bits. Like, she actually knows. Yeah, he was showing how gameless he is. I was actually like, okay, so you're trying to paint by numbers. This ain't the girl to do that with.
At all, really, at all. And then we get another Medhi and Whit conversation. There's so many of these guys. And they try and talk again. Whitney's just like, you know, the last conversation, you walked away. And he starts talking about, I don't think you're true to yourself.
Yes.
And that you go around and complain to everybody, basically saying you go around and complain to everybody about our problems and you won't talk to me. And it's just like, this is a frigging red flag, right? Yeah. This is a red flag right here, because if you don't make it a safe space for someone to be able to talk to you, even not when it's just good, but even when it's a difficult situation or a techie conversation, then they're not going to want to talk to you. Plus, as Whitney pointed out, when she's talking to people, she's not talking badly about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think what she says to him anyway. So what's the problem? Also, that's what everybody does. Also, that's the nature of the freaking show. Is it not? Like,
this is the whole thing. I was literally like, bro, you know, they're making it, like, you guys are making a show, yeah? Everybody talks to everybody about everything. You've sat there with everyone and listened to their issues. Like, why are you trying to hide it? You know, it's just, again, that kind of like, I'm going to teach you something. I got to school you. It's like, no, No, bro.
This is the thing. And I think like when she starts talking, he started arguing again. And when she's just like, yeah, well, you're deflecting. He didn't like that.
Nah, I didn't like it one
He
bit.
didn't like it. And then he was just like, yeah, how can I take you seriously? And she's just like, you kissed everybody in the challenge, you know? And he just didn't want to take any sort of accountability. So the things that he's saying that other people should do, he doesn't want to do himself. Like, again, similar to Zach, you want to give, similar to Sammy, you want to give people advice and you're not even living in that vein. You're not even living with that. What the hell, man? And, you know, Whitney, she just brings up a really good point. It's just like to him, like, how can you be emotionally available to other people, have emotional awareness to other people, but not with me? Like, what is the problem? You know? Yeah. And then his response is, if you have an attitude, then I'm not going to address it. So what now? Like, what? I was just so shocked that how is he getting away with saying these kind of things? Do you know what I mean?
It's she doesn't pure stereotyping constantly.
Yeah.
Being like, if you bring something up to me, there's an attitude with it. It's always jumping to those conclusions. Like basically wanting to say, if he could take your black girl shit away from my face, is what he wants to say. And it's just very obvious. He's always doing that. It's like, literally leave her alone is what he needs to do. They both did that, and for her as well. She really needs to see this guy. If you're even saying to a guy to his face, you're nice to everybody else, but you're mean to me, you don't even need to grace him with your presence anymore. Like at least she's getting that. Like he is always doing this. Yeah,
it's horrible. It's actually so. Like I feel for her so much. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because this is an awful situation to be in, and I think it like. It must be, if she does genuinely like him, personally, I've never been convinced by their relationship, but like if she genuinely does, this is freaking heartbreaking. Because I can imagine being with some like liking someone, trying to get to know them, and they actually are displaying like meanness, like actual like bitchy, do you know what I mean? Like kind of thing, snidey, like really kind of condescending, like behavior, talk all the time. That's toxic. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just not. That's like people talk about toxic tie. Like this is wild. And if this is how Mehdi is with every girl, what the? He shouldn't be on the show. How did he pass the psych evaluation? You know what I mean? He shouldn't be on the show. Not at all.
That is very true.
Because
I mean, there is a petition that I think also Kady sent that. Could be I think it was Candice that said it. I don't know how real it is, but that people are discussing actually going to Ofcom to complain for him to actually be removed from it. It's just like what he's doing is too toxic. I mean, I don't think he's going to survive anyway. I think they will take him out soon because, yes, definitely. He is displaying that, dodgy as hell. Dodgy as hell. Like the racism part aside, all of it encompassing. Mehdi needs to leave.
Because essentially he wants his women to be silent.
Yes.
Like,
and compliant.
Yeah.
And do what and it's like, no.
Yeah. No. And this is the thing. It's just like, you know, when you have an idea of what a woman should be, do you know what I mean? Like that's what I get the vibes from him. Like you have this really archaic kind of view of what a woman should be, but you've decided to go for the complete opposite.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? This is the thing.
Or even did he even go for it? I'm always like, how did these two even get piled together, lumped together? I just want better for Whitney.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to leave because she had a raw hand on this show and was left with Mehdi to select.
I mean, she's so popular. I mean, well, I guess Molly technically was as well. So we'll see.
I know, but they can't lose Whitney. But then I thought that about flipping Zara as well. So who knows? I hate this. Like we're in this.
Like Whitney hasn't actually done anything wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? Like she hasn't actually done anything. That would be a miscarriage of friggin' of Love Island justice if that happened.
If we ever, we did kind of get a piece of Love Island justice with Molly going.
Yeah, Well,
but
yeah, I'm still.
you're still waiting for the other shoe to drop.
You better not, mate. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
King Cash says no such thing as too toxic in a villa with Sammy, Ty, Zach, and Medhi, Mitch. The guys are all very shit.
I think Mehdi he's one of the worst. He's one of the worst because it actually is so very calculated.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? He displays one thing to most people and he shows a different side to Whitney. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, it can discredit what she's saying. Do you know what I mean? It can discredit her experience, and he can gain sympathy. And yeah, that is calculated. It's just calculated.
Definitely. I think Mehdi is levels in a different direction to the guys. They're just like plain and simple playing games, cads. Whereas Mehdi, definitely, he's a racist and playing cad as well, and also being inappropriate. He just needs to go. He has like topped the list over those guys.
Yeah.
Sistrin says Mehdi looks like he's a North African French man and is giving archaic colonizer vibes. He don't like black women unless they are submissive and know their place. He don't see Whitney as an equal. In a summary, that is exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mate. So we get to the morning chats. I think the main things that was said here, Mitch, he fancies everybody.
Mitch is trying to get an option. He's trying.
Somebody,
just anyone show a little spark of something towards Mitch, and he is gonna try and run with it, and he ain't getting with it.
No, definitely. Whit actually, being the kind-hearted person that she is, even asked Scott to spend some time with Mehdi because he's upset. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Signs of a freaking good woman. He's not worth it. Like, do you know what I mean? Even Scott was just like, nah. He don't like you. Seriously, which says a freaking lot, mate. What do you call it? So like, and then Mehdi was talking about, we struggle to understand each other, like meaning him and Whit, and they have different ways of communicating. Mal talks about her first kiss with Sammy. That wasn't done in front of Jess, and I need her to be talking about this in front of Jess.
Exactly.
Is a little bit deluded at the moment, and she needs to not fall back into the Sammy trap.
We so needed Jess to have been there to hear all of that after he was saying to her, don't close it. Like, we needed that to take place.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's going to come along, but yeah, I was like, oh, come on. Stop separating them. Like, Jess needs to hear this or have seen them lips. Like something.
Kady basically says that Zach is still her first choice at this point, but she also is open to Ty and Scott in terms of like thingy. Zach, this is where he kind of starts hatching his plan of that he's going to try and pull Kady for a kiss as well. And actually also as well, I should mention that Whit was basically saying that Mehdi gets away with everything, and Ella was just like, maybe you just need to talk to him, just chat to him, which just goes to show she's a different breed. Ella is a different breed. She's a different kind of seriously. Right, so then Medhi and Whit have yet another conversation. With Mehdi, trying to set the tone of it, like try and be as direct. We need to be as direct as we can be. And she asks him again about the kissing. Why would you do that? Like, it's a dance it was a dance challenge, not a kissing challenge. And he's like, yeah, I get your point about the kissing the 4 girls, but I had to do. Essentially, he was saying I had to do something, And Whit was just like, well, you done all that, you didn't even win. How dumb is that? And it's at that point.
It was the best.
I was just like, yeah.
He must have felt like an ant.
Yeah.
Literally like.
He was fuming. He was absolutely fuming because it was too good. It was too sweet. It was right on time. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no comeback for that. There's absolutely no comeback for that. And you're not, do you know what I mean? You have to understand you're dealing with a real one. So, do you know what I mean? Like, she can match you. Relax.
He wasn't prepared for the swiftness.
No.
Sometimes I think her swift comebacks do take him off guard. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you have to try and belittle her.
Yeah.
But there was no comeback to that. It was just it's the absolute factual truth of the matter. You did all of that shit and you didn't even win.
What are you gonna do?
It's the silence. Like, what can you say? You have to now look at your life, like look into yonder and be like, I'm a fool. I am a walking dickomoth.
That's how I just know. I know the prayer circle for Whitney is strong. That's what I'm just saying. She got seriously. So yeah, I think we basically kind of reiterated again, like this was a perfect opportunity for you to show loyalty. Do you know what I mean? And you just were just rude, you know, you're just being rude at the end of the day. And he's just like, again, being rude. So what do you want me to do? And she's just saying, I don't know. And he's like, cool, well, nice chat, and gets up and leaves. Like, I'm just like, you don't rate this. You know what? You don't rate this girl at all.
It's like at this point, it was a bit like, okay, this is a bit of a sport for him now. Like, this is, you're being an absolute arse consistently. But I also understand too that her comeback was so swift and he literally did feel like a little boy. It's that he had to then go. He probably went and sat in the toilet and cried.
Yeah, probably.
What am I doing here?
Probably. It's so true.
This time is up.
Yeah, I freaking hope so. I don't even know if it's worth. Oh no, actually, go on, sir.
So earlier on I saw there was discussion around Scott. Where was it now? Oh, Bree Daisy says, have you noticed Scott doesn't like any of them boys? He prefers hanging out with Whitney and Catherine.
Yeah.
They're different, aren't they? Are I think they're immature for him. And they are immature, and what they talk about and everything. He always looks bored when they're talking. I'm not interested in this stupid shit about how you're going to get all the girls type of stuff. Yeah, definitely. He isn't really about them.
No.
King Cash says, how Mitch go from week one locked to win to struggle bus? King Cash, I'm still of that mindset of I don't know how this guy has taken the biggest L. Like, he's turned into the clown.
He really did, you know. It's weird, isn't it?
It's dramatic.
It's weird. They must have known that was coming. They set us up. They really set us up.
Because he's available, and Kady is like, I would prefer to disrupt couples than go for Mitch.
Yeah, but I think his chat is so dead. That's the thing, because he was. I think like he does that. What do you call it? What's that thing? It's almost like negging, where he says something negative to kind of like throw the girl off their confidence and stuff. Like, nah, bro, that don't work. Like, it don't work on these kind of girls. Like, nah, and it's not right. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we see Montel talking to Catherine, and then Whit comes over, and Catherine's like, oh, do you want to chat? And she was just like, yeah, not to you, to Montel. In a nicer way than that.
Yes.
But yeah, so Whitney tried to have a conversation with Montel. She asked him if he's closed off. Like, when she said, oh, you're closed off, he's just like, why do you think that? It's just like, come on, Montel. Everybody knows that you're closed off. Like, what the hell? And then also I'm just like, Whitney, why are you even here? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I swear.
That's literally how I was. I was like, Whitney, why are you here with this guy again? Like, he's already said brethren's from ends. Like, he's told you this.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just think I don't even know what she was thinking at all. I think it was a producer's errand. Like, okay,
so?
go on, yeah, do you know what I mean? Try and talk to him. You know, they had this sort of saying, no matter what situation Whitney's in, you're always gonna get gold. And she's just like, because she said her thing was like, you put all your eggs in one basket, and then she was like, I'll give you an egg if you give me an egg, like, which is cute. It's cute. You know, they talked about being loyal and stuff. He was saying he's a loyal guy. You know, he's just like, yeah, you got a lot going for yourself, and you know, body's 10-10, all that kind of stuff. But that's what I think it is with most of those guys in there, and I think this is the same with Zach as well. Like, they like her physically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they like her physically, but they ain't the guys for her, man.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel you on that. Definitely. I don't know. There was a chink in Zach's eye where I was like, I don't know. But Montel, absolutely, categorically, he is not on that.
No. At all.
She can firmly be like, in effect, he is just a nicer version than Mehdi, but they're on the same bus. Like, it's not.
No, not Mehdi.
He is not on Black.
No. I put him in Mitch category. Like, you know, one of those white guys just like, yeah, you're all right, love. Like, do you know what I mean? That kind of.
You go with Mitch as well. Yes.
They would just call you mate all the time because they don't know how to deal with a black. You know what I mean?
Yes, we can find him there too.
Yeah,
but she doesn't need to waste her time. She would have been better off spending time speaking Zach. That would have been a better endeavor than Montel.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree actually. So we see Zach and Mitch in the pool. Bizarre.
When did they become like best friends though?
Mitch has forced this. He has forced their bromance. He's absolutely forced their. You can't tell me any different. I think, you know, Mitch is, you know, planting seeds, saying, I think you're more suited to Kady. Do you know what I mean? Encouraging him to go and take the to kiss her, especially on the terrace as well. Do you know what I mean? I think he even kind of gave him the play, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know what I mean? To go and do that.
Heard it as, take her up there, you kiss her, I come up, we kind of dap, and I run downstairs. Guys in the chat, is that what he said? Because I was like, Mitch, what type of, like, it sounded wild. I was literally like, could you be more chiefy? Like, that whole sentence, could you have literally been any more of a chief?
I just don't. I just, sometimes I think, like, is Mitch from the country? Not in a bad way, but like, do you interact with a lot of people? That's what I mean. Like, do you know what I mean?
Because be around sheep.
Or something like, what's going on? Because he kind of comes across to me that human interaction is like a new thing. Like, to him sometimes. Yeah. Like, he's just so strange. It's really, really strange. And the thing is, Mitch also thinks that he's smart. He's playing the long game. He's playing like, I'm going to sabotage you and Molly's future. Like, he's giving me, what do you call it? What's that thing? Not Back to Future. What's the Terminator? He's like, I'm gonna set it down. So in the future, it's never going to happen. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, he's definitely making sure of, like, Molly is available for him to pursue. But it's very weird. Like, even just him being like, you know, you're way more suited to Kady. I was like, this is really weird.
Yeah, it's so strange. And then talking about the future, they did have a random conversation about spiders, like spiders being the sizes of Labradors in the year 2033. That was just so random. But I do like the random chat sometimes, yeah. But that image, that you know, my fear of spiders, boy. Like, I was just like, no, stop talking about this, please. That was just that was a lot. So some time passes, and Ella and Ty. I think Ella got the text to say that what do you call it? They have their first date and they go on their first date. Do you know what I mean? Ty already, you know, was saying that if she plays her cards right, you know, she could come back and I'm closed off or whatever. Ella looked amazing. I thought I think probably one of the best outfits like looks I've seen in the show so far. Like just effortlessly beautiful.
There is that, you know, this year I think the clothing is a lot better than last year. Like they all generally dress very well. Like it's not, last year was
apart from Catherine. I'm sorry, she does not know how to dress.
Yeah. Catherine does still need. She gets her makeup right sometimes, but still, Catherine needs a bit of help. They could help Catherine out from time to time.
Yeah.
Well. But Ella, I think most days has looked amazing. He did. And he scrubs up well as well. They both they look like a really cool couple, definitely.
Yeah. It was a proper date in terms of like, you know, food, drinks, that kind of thing. Amazing with you and stuff. And like Ty done a bit of talking, and then I feel like Ella was talking for him. Do you know what I mean? But like his gist of what he was saying was that, you know, he does agree with her in terms of like life gets better, easier when you don't fight your feelings. He appreciated her helping him grow. Do you know what I mean? To see like, you know, a different way of things, and you know, he thinks that his people will really like her. He did, you know, make a joke about not going to Scotland. She's gonna have to move to him. And you know, it ended in him saying, you know, that he's now closed off and he wants to, you know, pursue her and pursue her only. You know, I mean, the whole conversation was about him.
It was again, had to clap for him. He's just playing this textbook. What can you say? It's like he just played it so well, because now her ego is back in check. Like, we've got the source. Look, didn't even take him long. I've got him, and it's like, you are so far from having him. He will have you crying probably in 3 days.
Tonight, it might even be tonight. It might even be tonight.
Like, I just feel for the chick, but maybe she needs to go through this gamut. But Ty, I was like, boy, what can you do with that guy? Like, he's just all over the place, up and down. And she was ecstatic. Like,
she was beaming, gushing, like just all the joy was radiating. It's just like, girl, like, on one side, I'm happy that you're happy, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's too much validation from someone else, and that only always ends in tears, man. Seriously.
And it's like, look at the guy that you're literally being like, you've placed your heart in his hands. This guy, he is the worst. But yeah, so Casa, boy, I don't know.
It's gonna.
I want him, because I loved their scene. Like, and I just think, like, as a couple, they are.
Yeah,
they really are like the aesthetically pleasing couple. They could do so well.
Yeah.
But you know he is going to be trash. But I want him to be better. But I'm not Ella, so you know, I know he's gonna be shit.
Yes.
Bridget says plus 100 points.
Yeah.
Did we give him any pluses? Did he gain points from when he was being a shithead the day before? And you had put him at 0. I had put him at -0.
I'm gonna put him at 25.
Yeah, he got 25 for making her happy.
For giving her what she wants. That's what she wants. He understood this is what she wants. Do you know? And he gave it to her.
All right. So even if we all know this is a meantime thing he's done. For the meantime, because he's gonna do some shit soon.
Yeah. He gets 25 points because he could have not. Do you know what I mean? He could have said, "Nah, I still need time."
That's also what her ego is telling her.
Yeah,
he could have not. Erin says she is setting herself up to cry. Casa is going to be carnage, lots of tears.
100%. Erin also said this.
Cap. Ty is scary, man. He is scary.
He is.
Yeah, he's a relentless shark, but he's got her and she's happy. He's definitely secured some loving that night. He definitely did.
Definitely. I think that Casa is might be the worst Casa since Amber.
Like, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because that Amber, like that shot of her standing there when Michael came through was, I can't even remember the girl's name, but
I had her name the other day. No, it's gone out of my head. I can't remember what her name was.
So bad. And I remember her like she done this thing with her mouth, like really.
I was actually almost clicked her jaw, like we're going. It's on.
I can never get out of my head. I think it might be that bad. Because I feel like even Ty will even do like a prayer with her. I can imagine it would be like, we're in this together. I can imagine.
Or Ty's either gonna do Zach will lie. But I feel like Ty coming close to Casa, like, you know, you kind of feel the anticipation, like the separation is going to take place soon. Casa's around the corner. I think he's going to start being a shithead to her again, in the thing of, we're not really getting on. Like, you know, when people do that when they're going we're not really getting on. I think we need a break.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's tried to do that many a time.
Yeah, he's going to do that to her and go in there and treat it like I'm a single man and have his fun and then come back. He may even come back alone. But movie night, what we're going to see is he played.
You think Ty's coming back alone?
I don't know. I
no way.
With this dude.
No
he's
way.
Definitely coming back with a girl.
He will. I'm not saying that I'm with her. I just wanted to keep. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely coming back with someone. He definitely is. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. I can't. He cannot resist it. Someone all on him. Multiple girls on him, knowing that it's their job to steal him. Oh, mate, he's definitely.
King Cash says, "What is the record for girls brought back from Casa?" Oh, as in the amount, wasn't it free? I think it was free. I think last year. No, I mean, was it winter? Either way, I think it is free Casa girls coming back is the record. But with these guys, Zach could bring back somebody. Scott could. If Sammy is around, Sammy is. That's happening.
100%.
Yeah, there could be 100%, a lot.
100%. There's no way.
Candice agrees. She says Ty will play and come back alone and get exposed on movie night. I feel that's something that he's just mix up. I could see him doing that.
I just don't think he's going to resist. Do you know what I mean? He was ready to risk it all for Kady just a second ago. Do you know what I mean? So no, like I can't. Okay, you say he's not. I say he is. I'll be very surprised.
Okay. Let's see which way he goes when he does it. I can't tell with that guy because yes, as because Erin said he is a game player but also very daft. He just might come back with somebody and not care. That is him. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so Jess and Kady have like a quick conversation, and she's like, you know, basically Kady was saying, I think you really like Sammy, you know, I think you and Mitch are just friends, and she's encouraging Jess to kind of pursue this Sammy thing. Yeah. I think she's a plant, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, I think if Kady is gonna be Kady, what I really want her to do is go for Sammy. I think. Yeah, I want her to go for Sammy. I think
Sammy would have it all day long. Sammy would have it.
He would.
He would drop both of them like a hot potato, and he's now Kady's man.
He would think, king of the castle. He would think.
Yes.
And yeah, I think it would just be a no-brainer. And Jess will, because Jess and Kady going at it.
You can tell they're either going to be friends or foes.
Yeah.
Like, actually, even them like sitting down talking with each other, it's like, you two could clash big time.
Yeah.
You can tell they have it in them. Yeah, I did think that was a little bit sly because I was like, nah, Kady, you would know. She's probably seen how he goes on. It was like, nah, that's sly. That's mix up. It's not a lie. She does absolutely like Sammy.
Yeah.
But being like you should talk to him, I was like, that's sly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think let's see what happens. They had a date debrief, but I think it's everything we already talked about. The girls were really happy for her, more happy than the boys. I think the boys were just a bit more like, okay, Ty, let's see how this goes.
Yes, let's see how long this lasts.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, so Kady, it's not even the end of the show. Imagine Kady. Then I think she kind of technically says to Zach, let's go to the terrace. Do you know what I mean? So again, I feel like this was planned from her end anyway. I think she went to the terrace knowing full well nothing was going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you know what happens at the terrace.
Yeah.
So think she's done this. She went to the terrace with Ty. You know what happens at the terrace. You know that's going to piss off Ella. Because it's the terrace. You're taking him to the terrace. He's gonna think it's my plan. Like she knew what she was doing, but it was beautiful. But she knew. Yeah,
she absolutely knew. And Zach, he was saying that I'm glad that you picked me, which he said for the 1,000th time. Yes. But I've got nerves. I've actually got some nerves, and he hasn't been nervous in a long time. He really, when you walked into it, he's just like, trying to be serious and stuff like, never been this nervous in a while,
Dead chat. I was looking at it and I was like, is this the best you got?
Absolutely. You got a nice face and it's stressing me out.
Yeah.
I'm
stressed. I'm stressed. You're so good looking. I was just like, oh, please.
So nice. And he was literally doing this as well.
Swaying. Stressed, man.
Nice. And he literally goes in for the kiss. I swear he put his hand on the back of her neck. Yeah. And she was just like, what are you doing? God, okay. And he's just like trying to kiss you. She was just like, let's wait. And I was laughing so loud and hard. I was laughing gutturally. Like it was just from the diaphragm. It was the laugh was hurting. It was paining him. It was paining me. It was paining me to laugh.
I was
crying.
It tickled me so dramatically. Just the way she stood
and
back.
She put her hand
like
stop.
Yes, exactly. Like halt, sir. The absolute shame of it all was really nice to watch. Again, Catherine, similarly to Whitney, they have praying ancestors because the amount of pie that was a really big splodge of pie in his face.
Honestly. And he didn't know what to do. It was like he was going red. And then she had to add insult to injury when they're walking down now. She's like, don't be embarrassed.
That was the best. That actually was the best line. Because they weren't even talking. It weren't even like he was stumbling his words. She just decided to reduce him a little bit more.
Too funny. It was too funny, and he was just like, I swear he was just almost talking to himself a little bit. Like,
he was trying to firm it. No, never that. Never.
He was like, he hasn't been rejected in a long time. Sorry. Bro.
He hasn't though. He's kind of,
he hasn't.
Especially in the house. He has the room. He was on cloud nine. He got so many people's heart racing. Like the other time when all of them were trying to lip him in the challenge.
Yeah.
So he's been like, I am the man.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
Basically. And he tries to be the dad of the house as well. It's just like, no, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then, he was just like, because I think this is when he was talking in the hut, he was just like, I'm attracted to her even more. And you know what made me laugh at when he was like, shit then.
That did as as well. That made me better.
I was just like, no, this guy's a comedian. He's a comedian, mate. Shit.
Then, and that is the truth of the matter.
I'm blatantly saying that. That's so funny. It's actually funny.
Now has him by the balls. Like really, she
options.
does.
She got options. She's got options, mate. And she was just like, who's the fittest in here? I'm gonna make the fittest in here my option. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, literally, like yes, he will be my boy. I don't. I wonder. Question: do you think she could have played it the same way with Ty?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think so. I think that was an act. Like, no matter what, like, do you know what I mean? She was always gonna pie the person, whoever it was.
So if she had picked, I wonder. I wonder if
Ty would with Ty because she could. To be fair, couldn't work with Ty because obviously Ty's too into making a decoration for Ella right now. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, but like she would have seen what Ella is like. Do you know what I mean? So there's no way she's gonna go and kiss Ty like that. I don't think so. I think all of the girls know you don't want that with. You don't want to go Ty because yeah. You know what I mean? Especially Leah will reinforce that because no one don't like her really because she went for Ty.
It was brilliantly played. Actually, Erin says Kady understood the assignment and executed.
Yeah, she
most definitely
did. She did.
And then also says, yeah, she had time to watch them, so she knows their style and technique. Precisely that. So trying to come with the same lines that we've seen you use repeatedly on Molly, on all of the girls, it's just foolish. But yeah, she did well. That was a lovely scene.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I enjoyed it. I appreciated it.
It was good, just pure entertainment, mate. It's just brilliant. So, well, hold on one second. Why is that still there? Let's get rid of that. Oh, my thing stopped working.
Hang on.
Is it you? Okay.
I took it off. Yeah.
Okay. So then, for what seems like the 100th conversation, Whit and Mehdi again sit down to chat. I was thinking at this point, is there any point, like, but Mehdi, I think he must have rehearsed it. He did apologize. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he did
say. Did he say it was disrespectful? I think he did use those words, or I think he did say, yeah, similar to the last time when she managed to get an apology out of him.
Yeah,
it takes him ages, doesn't it? He probably has to be talked to by various people and production in order to do it. To
give an actual apology. And he's very specific about what he apologizes for. It wasn't necessarily the rudeness or how he was talking or his condescending ways or anything like that. It was just like, picking 4 girls of 3 girls to kiss. Obviously, Whitney being one of those girls. I can see how that was hurtful to you. Do you know what I mean? Too little, too late, in my opinion. And then he talked about he did say something though, because he was like in that conversation, he alluded to like them being closed off, and I was just like, I didn't know they were closed off. And then he said, I think like we want to get to know other people, and that's what it is. That's what, if someone came in and their personalities matched or whatever kind of thing, he's gonna want to get to know someone else as well. And she was just like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do the same. So
okay, I get what you're saying. No, I think he was saying that it's like Whitney had put them in a box of like it's just them two.
Okay, I get it.
He was then reiterating, we're not closed like that. Like if somebody does come in, I want to get to know them, and so I think you should do the same.
Yeah,
and it is that I hated that part because I wanted Whitney to be like, you do you, I'm gonna do me from now on. He still seemed to set pace of being like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So I think you should. It's like, no. She's over you, bruv. You don't set the tone for this. But at least they got there. At least she also was like, I'm gonna do me now.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I don't want to see this dude anymore.
Yeah, he needs to go. He really does.
Please.
Catherine and Scott then had a surprising conversation. And Scott was just like, look, there isn't anybody else here. He did caveat at the moment.
Just that. Just
Yeah.
those words. I don't know how her eyes didn't ping up like, what?
Yeah. That he wants to get to know, that he's happy with her, and like that's that he likes her the most, and that's what it is. That he wants to just pursue her, and that's it. And you know, they were both cheesing and stuff and everything like that. She's happy, he's happy. It's just there's like it's me and you. That was like a cute kind of thing. I don't trust Scott. I think someone said it earlier. Him and Ty and Casa, like him, Ty, Sammy, Zach in Casa, I just don't trust any of them at all.
Really opportunist again, like when he kissed her. There's just something that whenever he maneuvers, I'm always like, nah, don't trust him.
Yeah.
He knows something else is coming along and he's just making his play. I don't believe him and her, but she seems super into him. So I am prepared to go along with this charade that they're playing, but nah, he's gonna hurt her.
Okay. Yeah, probably. Zach tells the boys he got rejected, and that he turned him on. I think the boys enjoyed that, to be honest. Like
right. So excited, like a kid in the playground when they come out for play and they just scream through the playground. Ty was so excited to hear all of this. It was like, bro.
Yeah. Because what did Ty say? Ty was just like, okay, when you do kiss her now, you got to tell her, like, you know,
I thought you didn't want to lips me.
Whatever.
I would expect to hear something from one of my sons, like literally a 10-year-old, to say something so redundant like that. It was like, Ty is a child. Absolutely.
He really is. He really is. Then we got to about bedtime. Kady actually, when they get ready for bed, did tell Whit what happened with Zach. So now I think everyone's gonna know him. But the way she said it, he was like, she said, Zach tried to kiss me and I pulled away. Those were her words. Exactly.
Yeah. What did Whitney say in response?
Too soon. Was it too soon?
Yeah. I was like, too soon.
And she was like, I've been in 3 days. Like, you know what I mean?
Precisely. Was you not just pining after your chick a second? Like he didn't. I can't believe Zach isn't seeing. I should play this calm, you know, because I was almost official with somebody. Like, this don't look good. How I'm moving.
The thingy side of the bed was still warm, and you're already like, I've got to secure the bag. Yeah, there's a few comments.
Okay, King Cash says at least Scott won't kiss another girl right in front of her.
True.
Maybe. Mary says I think both of them are open. Catherine seems happy, but I think not fully closed off. There, King Cash also says the game is the game. It is that. Adama says, I feel Catherine is holding back because maybe there is unfinished business with Montel. Really? I've not noticed that.
I didn't get holding back. I think she was doing too much, a little bit. Like,
way too much.
I can't lie.
She seems a bit too excited.
Montel is not interested in any of the black girls. You can't tell me that Montel is interested in any of them. I don't think so.
I will not believe it for a second if that even comes into fruition. So leave Montel and Leah. That's who it is. Mary J says Scott is the most disrespectful to the girls.
Respectful.
The most respectful to the girls he is with so far, but he gets the most mistrust. It's weird. I don't know what it is about him.
Do you know
I know what you're saying.
Unfortunately, it's Love Island history that the white guys that hook up with the black girls only use them kind of as a stepping stone. Do you know what I mean? Or use them to stay in the house. Like, we've seen that so many times. So I think people are just really cautious of whether he genuinely actually really truly likes her. Not that I'm not saying he's not attracted to her. I think he definitely is. But I think like whether he can see like a future with them together. Like, and also I can't lie, we don't see enough of them together and their interactions to kind of see how they're gelling, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not seeing it. So
it is that, and we still have to think. Remember, it was only a few days ago. Kady came in, and he was super open to get to know her. And Kady, we haven't seen how they've been talking, but she seems to have been speaking way more to Zach. So again, it seems convenient to then hook into Catherine again and be like, yeah, no, it's me and you. I'm just not sure. And it is that. We've been here before, so I'm not fully supporting him. Not yet. Okay, I go to Erin says, we got excited about Zach and look what happened. Exactly. When Zach and Catherine were together, we was like, okay. And then he ran off. Yes, precisely that. We've been here before.
We have. So we have a vote tonight. I mean, what happened yesterday? Yeah. So people voted for their favorite girl, favorite guy.
I voted.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Whitney. Did I even do a guy? I don't even think I pressed a guy.
Serious?
Yeah, I did, because I couldn't think of anybody that I was like I actually wanted to support in the guys.
Oh.
I'm no longer Ty's friend, so I can't vote for him.
Oh, look at you! So I actually downloaded the app. I finally did. After these years, yes. And I did vote. I voted for Whitney and Ty.
Yeah. Ty
Yeah.
would have been who I would have voted for, but I was like, I can't do it because he's hurting my little niece Ella. So I can't support him anymore.
Mate. she's happy right now. She's happy.
But she doesn't know what's good for her.
You're gonna take away her happiness. That's
temporary pain, long-term joy. That's all it is. 3D Alyssa says voted for Catherine and Scott. Interesting. Okay. I think it was the last time she voted for Whitney. So she voted for Catherine this time.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Candy says, nah, we can't be voting for that menace Ty. Erin said, she's a willing participant. I know.
Erin, I'm with you. Seriously.
Oh my God. King Cash says, Ella will leave with Ty if he left.
Yep.
She would, innit?
No, yeah.
She would.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I give it, if they get to the end in any capacity, whenever they leave, they get to the final before 3 months, and there's going to be bare stories about Ty with other women. 3 months I give him the longest to keep himself to himself. But yeah, their relationship ain't lasting.
You think it's 3 months?
Within 3 months, we're going to get stories.
Shorter than 3 months. Yeah, 100%. 100%. There ain't no way. Like, the thing is, yeah, this guy has never been out of the game. He's finally out of the game, like in a confined environment. This is not of his own choosing. This is pressure. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wanted time. He got 6 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
As soon as he gets out of it, as soon as he touched down at Heathrow,
King Cash said 3 months. You mean 3 days?
Yes.
And then PC said 3 hours.
100%. And Ella's mantra is be number one. That's her mantra. She's like, be number one. All that matters is if you're the favorite. That's what she said. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I give him a little longer.
Same. Just because if he steps out, I don't think she's going anywhere, you know.
She'll be one of those that'll be like, if you're gonna do it well.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's gonna be. I don't know. I don't even think. Yes. I can't even say your name. How do I say that?
Bedtime.
Bedtime. Sorry if I said incorrectly.
Yeah, let us know if that's the right way to pronounce it. Bedtime.
Yeah. I've same. I'll put it up. Same.
Oh, good grief.
But yeah, also I just want to mention I listened to the official podcast of Love Island with India and Sam, and they had Molly on, which was very interesting. So Molly is kind of dialing back her standing for Zach at the moment.
Okay.
But she's still saying, you know, I'm still interested to explore something and stuff and everything like that. But, you know, obviously I've just been gone a second and he's already on Kady, and that's
He
really...
hasn't even mentioned her again.
Yeah, he hasn't, has he?
No.
He hasn't. And then apparently, yeah, you see when they showed the shot of him putting his hand on Kady's knee.
Yes.
That bracelet is her bracelet. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh, that's wild. Are you being serious?
That's what she said.
Oh,
that's what she said. So that was why, like, so you're looking down at your ex or you're trying to move to another girl. And, you know, India was saying to her, like, well, don't you feel a little bit good that he got pied? And it was just like, she didn't really want to answer that question, really. Do you know what I mean? And I think they ripped her a bit about her being like so overly produced. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, really? I need to listen to this. Is this today?
And then today, yeah, this morning's one. And then what else did he talk about? She said her favorites in the villa. She mentioned the people that she mentioned in the villa were all white.
Well, yes.
Apart from Montel. And she only mentioned Montel because he's with Leah.
And realistically, there's an adjacent going on with Montel anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That
I was just like, yeah, you're exactly who I thought you was.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Exactly. She didn't once mention, like, because they were just like, oh, who's your favorite? Who'd you get on with in the villa? Leah.
It was, but Leah was literally her only brethren, really.
Yeah.
I feel like the other girls spoke to her in passing, but she knew they don't have her back in anyway.
Yeah.
And, you know, they weren't shedding a tear for her.
Yeah.
They haven't even spoken about her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life moves on, man.
Life moves on. And the beat goes on.
Kaylee says, how is Mitch still in this, though? These are the questions. These are the questions that we need to be asking.
The prayer circle must be doing overtime. They must be, because he is still there.
Who's least favorite? Who do you think is going to get the least favorite? Like bottom two in each. Bottom two.
Bottom two or bottom three, mate. Least favorite, I think, for boys.
Yeah.
I think Mitch, Mehdi, and maybe might be all the M's, you know, maybe Montel.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think Montel's galvanized enough support for him not to be in the bottom.
And
then girls, I'm gonna go Leah, Mal. Don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say who else.
See, boys, I think Mitch, Mehdi, Mehdi, and Sammy. I think they could potentially be the bottom three. And then girls, I think Mal, Catherine,
See, it's hard, isn't it? And Leah, Catherine. You think Catherine?
I think Catherine still hasn't been able to get the gravitas of support from people. I feel like I don't think she's gonna go. I don't think she'll be the bottom, but I think if they do the last three standing up, I think she could be there again. And I think the same with Sammy, he could be there again. And he's just not very liked. But I hope Mehdi and Mal can go, and I'm not gonna
easily. I really hope that is the case. Mary J.
Oh, sorry, what was that? I think Catherine will fall victim to the black vote being split. Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I hear it. I don't know what we're supposed to do though, because I like Wit better.
And Whitney is liked.
Yeah.
Generally, though, like I think lots of people get value from Whitney's wit. So, and what again is Catherine giving us? Really? So I think she could go.
Yeah.
And it could happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I prefer Mal goes, but she could literally be at the bottom though.
Wait, what? Candice is saying
Ella is not liked by Fiats. They hate her. Really?
I didn't know that. Why do they hate her?
Oh yes, tell us where you've seen this hate taking place.
Image can go to. Wait, do you know what? Yeah, do you think this is one where they'll dump two people? Because you know sometimes they do that. I mean, as in two boys, two girls. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, that would be savage. I mean, they've been on a savage streak. They could do it.
Because there's too many people in the house for Casa. That's what I'm thinking. There's too many.
Or they could start dumping to get ready because they know that bare people could come back from Casa. Boy, that would be savage. That could take place. If that was the case, then I think we're saying bye to Catherine and Mal. I think both of them would go.
Oh, man. Not Leah, because if Montel's in the bottom, Leah and Montel might as well just go off together in the sunset.
They absolutely should go. Like, they are providing the house with nothing at this moment in time. They're just consuming air and food. Like, yeah, they could go. But I don't know if the people would like that. 3D Alyssa says, yeah, they don't like her on Facebook. So maybe, I mean, Ella, that would be interesting. If Ella was in the bottom, let's say, and even if she didn't go, I think we would start seeing Ty moving mad very quickly.
Yeah.
He'd be like, nah. Like, I need to stay in this house. And if she's a weak link, I'm going to pursue Kady like full on. That would be interesting.
I just think like now that they're official, they might get the votes together, Ty and Ella. Do you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking.
That is true. That could happen. Erin says Leah is more boring than Catherine. She is.
She is. She really, really is. Definitely.
But there would be a base of people that watch Love Island that would really identify with Leah.
Yeah, because she's like a sweet girl. And that's the thing, because that's what Montel keeps on saying as well. You're so sweet, you're so innocent. You're like, do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just, is she? I don't know.
The way he talks about her sweet is very icky. It's like, he also says nothing. Like, he suggests there's nothing to her. It's not like there's loads going on with him, but it just seems dry. Oh, I wonder what happened to Sade there. All right, she'll probably be back in a second. Candy says, over on Facebook, they moan about her not smiling and complaining all the time. The mums and Towie generation who think girls should shut up and put up. But Ella kind of complies with that. Ella does act like, I'm going to shut up and put up. That's interesting.
Hey, sorry. Yes, I'm back. I just locked myself off by accident.
Oh, really? I was just reading out what Candy says. She says, over on Facebook, they moan about her not smiling and complaining all the time. The mums and the Towie generation who think girls should shut up and put up. She isn't the most smiley, Ella, but
no,
I feel like she is really being compliant with what Ty is after. Really, that's interesting. Mary J says, I hate Leah will be valued for being sweet, but Catherine doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. It's out of order.
Very, very spot on, actually.
Yeah,
definitely. Again, we know where that comes from. Just looking at what
maybe Kaylee.
Yes, Kaylee says Leah and Catherine are both alike. Could see them being friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but why aren't they?
Exactly.
You know, that's the thing. It's just like, why aren't they friends then?
Yeah.
Strange. But yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back again tomorrow at 12-ish.
Yeah.
Make sure, guys, as always, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the Shade Borough, and also Your Aunties Could Never. Also, check in the description box and follow us too. Like this video as well, and also share it across different platforms. We're trying to grow the family. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See ya. Bye.
Bye.